Happy Monday, everybody. I hope it really is a happy Monday for you. So far, it has been for me, by God's grace. Today, I got to go to TV3, which is like the top #1 station in my country, Ghana, and TV station, and I got to go on there to speak about a trip that I'm taking 3 days from now, on the 6th of March, which is Independence Day, to a town or a village, I believe, called Japon. I've never been there, that's why, but I'll speak more about it probably tomorrow or the day after, but it's just exciting. This is an opportunity to go be a blessing to these young children who, not to sound cliche, but really, they are the future. Like, whatever change, like this Metamorphosis videos, all these things, most of us, we're grown up, so we're really going to have to kind of struggle to learn all these things. But the children, right, they're so young that they can really start from childhood, and then they can have it lots easier and quicker, all right? So anyway, I'm really passionate about children, and I'm just excited that we get to go there to give to them and support and donate. So I just went on the show this morning to just kind of shed more light really on the school, and just kind of give people the opportunity to donate to the cause, so that more of us can support this girl in her school, because they need to build an actual building, because the building they're in now is being rented. And so I didn't get to speak so in depth clearly about all this behind the stage, behind the scenes stuff, but I did at least shed light on the school and what she's doing, and I really hope that people will support, and God's work can be done. Yeah. So anywho, that was my day so far. It's still not done. I'm home now, but still working, and I had to quickly come up here to do the video and continue working, but it's all good. I'm grateful. It's by the grace of God. Today, as we continue on our journey, we're going to be talking more still about this whole process of a metamorphosis, but shedding some light on an aspect of this process that I don't normally speak on, which is that it's not always easy, that it's tough. Okay, that this season of a metamorphosis, that period when you're in that cocoon, it's not an easy period or whatever. You're gonna go through some difficulties, because it's literally like that's the time that the caterpillar dies to its old self, to all it's ever known, its entire existence, dies to it completely, to kind of be reborn and reformed into a whole other species almost. You understand? So you have to completely die to what you knew. And so imagine having to die to yourself, just go into yourself and just die and come back new. It's not easy, okay? And I know that's a butterfly, but it still applies to us. It's a tough process. And so if you decide to live your utmost for the highest of God, and then sometimes it seems like things are really going horribly for you or something, it's most likely because you're in that season of a metamorphosis. That means there's massive glory in front of you. So you just have to keep your eyes on that. In the book of Psalms, it says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers us from them all. He doesn't say some, he doesn't say 2 or 3, but all. So though many shall be your afflictions when you're in the metamorphosis period, the Lord shall deliver you from every last one of them. Every last one of them. That's his word. And his word is bond. Okay? If he has said it, he's going to do it, because he is God. He can't lie. Okay, so today, the scripture that we're going to be basing my talk, whatever it's called, on is Isaiah. We're still in Isaiah 54. Okay, and it says, it's about single brand. It just talks about the glory of what's going to happen when you become a butterfly. But there's the season, as I say, of the struggle. So it says in here that do not be afraid, okay? It says that you will not suffer shame. Do not fear disgrace. You will not be humiliated. This is what God is saying. You will forget the shame of your youth, and you will remember no more the reproach of your widowhood, which is like your time of being alone. Or if you simplify it, it's being single, but it's beyond just being single. It's like, when things are tough. Wow, that's some sweat, buddy. When things are tough for you or whatever. Okay, so it's deeper than just being single. It's all whatever you have to lose when you're in that season of a metamorphosis. Okay, all right. But then God is saying that you will not be put to shame. You will not be disgraced when you're in that cocoon and everything looks dark, and it looks like, where's this butterfly you told me about? Why is it not happening? He's like, don't worry, just go through the process because you are going to be metamorphosed. You are not going to be disgraced. You're not going to be humiliated. The heat. Guys, man, it is hard in her. But, for the Lord. Anywho, so, yeah. This is what God is telling you. He's promising you that, no matter how tough it looks whilst you're in this process, He's with you. You will not be put to shame. You might, if you compare yourself to others, you might get worried or whatever. But this is why you don't look to anybody but God, just like yesterday's video. When you look to God alone, you will not be put to shame. You will not be humiliated. You will not be disgraced. Okay? So you just look to Him alone. And then He says, in further down, the whole chapter of Isaiah 54 is glorious. I love it. It's about all the promises that will come your way when you truly stick with this process of a metamorphosis. It says a bit further down, it says that, He will build you up again and your foundation will be made of, emeralds and, the most precious of stones, okay, turquoise, bling, gold, the most precious of jewels, okay, precious stones is what He's going to rebuild you with, okay, even as you're here sweating and, melting away in the process of your metamorphosis like I am right here. God says, girl, you better keep on trucking. It's all good. I got you. In the end, you're going to be a glorious butterfly. So you don't look at yourself. You see, I keep speaking even though I'm sweating, my hair's a mess, whatever. I don't care because, not that I don't care, but it shouldn't stop me from speaking truth that I need to share. Do you understand? These are some of the afflictions. This is an easy affliction, but, it's just an example of things that will go your way. Okay? But you have to just keep on going. It just reminds me of this Saturday. I don't know if I spoke about it on my video, but we went on a hike. I think I did speak about it, right? But the thing is, at a place called Ibri Mountain, and I think I did speak about it. That's when I jumped up on the thing and I was just shouting, "It's March, baby! Miracle March!" Yeah, that was me. That was a crazy tall lady, But anywho, as we started out on that hike, okay, it was so sunny, so bright. It was even hot, okay, and we were like, boy, we should have come earlier. Okay, so it started out pretty, I took out my phone, I took some pictures of, the scenery and all that. I put on my earpiece, I was ready to sing. In fact, I put together I stayed up, I put together a whole playlist of my songs, that I was going to be jamming to as I was on my hike, because, I was ready. I was like, yo, this is happening today. So we started and we going for like minute, 2 minutes. It's good. We chatting amongst ourselves a little bit, one of our the guy we went with, because it was 3 of us, 2 girls and a guy, a friend, a brother, and he shared some scripture with us, okay? So we're just kind of talking about that. We're just kind of going back and forth on it, okay? And then, because I'm a prayer nerd, I was like, guys, we should really meditate on this and possibly, pray on it, okay? So everything was cool and we're just chatting about it and we're having a good time. Then like 5 minutes later, cloudy. Hey, I'm like, where are these clouds from? But we were still, optimistic. We're still walking. Most people are coming back down because they finished with their hike. We're now starting again. And we're thinking, oh, because it's the mountains, it's probably just some little showers, showers of blessing, hallelujah. Okay, so we're still going. So, hey, I feel more drops on my skin, more drops. We're like, oh, it's okay, it'll pass. Well, long story short, it did not pass. Okay, and as you all can see, I got on my own hair now. Okay, it's my own hair. This is not a week. So imagine this in the rain. I was like, Lord Jesus, I'm messing. Oh, it wasn't a scarf, but still, can you imagine? It started raining. It was pouring. And it was like I had on my little, cloth made, coach bag, like it's fabric, so it doesn't protect too much from the rain. So my phone, all our phones were in the bag. You understand? And it was just pouring. And you know how horrible it is when like your socks get wet? Oh, right? Ew, it was so like uncomfortable. But we still kept walking, and in my head for a time I was just thinking, you just feel like a few seconds there, the good old enemy was just trying to like get to me, like, yo, maybe you should just turn around because it's pouring. Like, you don't know when this rain is gonna stop. Understand? It could pour for the next hour or 2 and it could get progressively worse, and you are just getting soaked in this rain. Like, maybe you should turn back. And so I was just having these thoughts in my head, but because I'm in this process of a metamorphosis, I do know better in the back of my head. So I was like, no, I should keep going, don't give up just because of a position. And then I'm like, you know what, no, let's, God just helped me. God was like, keep going. And I was just like, you understand? When I say God was like, keep going, clearly, God did not appear in front of me and be like, free my daughter, keep going. No, it wasn't like that. It was just like, as I was thinking in my head, I was just like, this is not what you do when you're in a metamorphosis. You don't turn back. You look to the glory ahead of you, girl, so you better keep on trucking. So I just, kept on walking. We kept going. We were getting bored, beat. And then by God's grace, he who knows what he does, okay, he knew this was just part of the test. This was just part of the metamorphosis. This is part of the journey. Because finally the rain just stopped. Okay, and it stopped when we were about halfway up the mountain. But it was, most of our climb to that halfway point was just pouring. So after that, we just kept going. And by the time we got to the very top, we were pretty much dry. Not completely, but like, you understand, where you can almost even forget that it even rained because the sun was back out, it was shining. In fact, we even did like a quick, like a little Instagram video thing. Because I never done one before, so my friend showed me, but clearly because I had never done one before, after we did it, I didn't know that you had to like post it, so that disappeared, but it's all good. We'll do another one next time. But anywho, so it was fun. Like, we got up there, we were excited that we had made it, we were drinking water, taking pictures, whatever. So we were like, just like, oh, God is good, we made it. So we start walking back down again, and we're just chatting, this time, like, we're just excited that we made it, okay? Boy, without crutches, because sometimes when you climb up that thing, man, your legs. So we're just excited to be still alive. So we're going down, just chatting, and then it starts to drizzle again. But this time we're just like, what? Whatever. We just look at it. It's all about perception. I was telling my friend, it's how you see things. This is just showers of blessing. And this time the rain really was not as bad as the first time. Long story short, we go back to our car. We were dry. We went to buy some wache. You understand? We had a good time. But the point of this moral of this whole story is that when you're going through that metamorphosis, afflictions are going to come your way. Many afflictions. Like the rain pouring down on us out of nowhere. My friend was like, man, I didn't budget for this rain. Now I'm going to have to go wash my hair. That was what she said. And that was me too, because I was like, girl, my hair and braided. Okay, but we had to keep on going because we were looking forward to the end. We had begun and we were not going to give up. So when you're in this process of a metamorphosis, refuse to give up. Keep on tracking. God has got you. The glory in front of you is amazing. The rest, if you read Isaiah 54 yourself, there's so many promises. It says, you who were desolate, you who were barren, more are your children than she who was married. How is that possible? But with God, all things are possible. You are going to do unprecedented things, but you have to just put all your faith and your trust in God. No matter how tough the metamorphosis season is, the end is glory. You're going to metamorphose into some gorgeous butterfly that has just never been seen before. So you just have to hang in there. No matter how tough it is, read the word. Feed yourself with positive, words and positive word of the Lord and positive people around you who encourage you, let you know that you can make it. There's a good future in front of you. You can make it to that top of that mountain. Even though it's raining, the sun will come back out again. And as cheesy as it does sound, the sun did come back out again, bright and sunny. Okay? So alright, so until tomorrow, be strong, look to Christ, and you're going to be metamorphosed. Alright, bye, be blessed.